important interception. So 1 minute of stoppage time, that's what the officials have said. It's a high-level tackle. Will he play it in? Defensive efficiency personified. Potential danger here. And credit is due for that good piece of defending. And the referee has given the corner, so maybe scope here for them to add to their lead. And it's gone in, just what the doctor ordered. Things looking very bright for them now with this bumper.
Well, here's another look at it. Certainly delivery into the box couldn't have been any better, which makes it a fairly simple finish in the end.
What's happening, guys? This is Lesky, and I'm back today continuing this pro player build series for FIFA 22 Pro Clubs. And we're going to be going over the first center back for this series, which is going to be Virgil van Dijk. VVD is what people like to call him for short. But I got a few requests by y'all asking for a VVD build, so I thought I'd get that out. And I really don't mind playing center back. It's actually quite fun. Me and my buddy are just playing center backs, just us two. And we just lock down the other team, and we just let the AIs go ham. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's my tactics, the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow tactics. The AI just go absolutely hard on the, if it's an any, or if it's on the computer, or just like if they actually have real players playing midfield or defense. They just absolutely work them and score some crazy goals, and honestly, just carry us to a Division 1 title. We've won 2 Division 1 titles playing like this, and I think currently we are 4-0 in the current season, and we haven't lost a game playing. Well, as I was playing with this this Van Dijk build at center back, both of us at center backs. That's how good it is. It's honestly the easiest way to win a title, without a doubt in my mind, just because you can just lock the other team down, annoy them with crazy defensive stats, physical stats, and just don't let them get any shots hardly or get any chances, while you can call for the ball from the keeper on goal kicks and punts, so you pretty much never have a turnover by the goalies. And you always have the free kicks, like when it's in the back or up on the field too. So it's very nice, and it kind of reduces a lot of the turnovers. And again, the AI is just amazing. I don't know what it is, but they just play phenomenal football, and it's honestly really funny to watch. You would think it'd be kind of boring, but this is honest. If you're playing with two dudes, it's honestly, playing as center backs is honestly way more fun than playing as strikers, in my opinion. It's just hilarious annoying the other team, making them rage quit and get on other games just because they can't do anything about our center back builds and the AI. So let's get this VVD build rolling and talk about the height and weight first. So Virgil van Dijk is listed as 6'4" on FIFA, so that's what we went for, 6'4" exactly. And actually, I don't think I mentioned, but this center back build has some similarities to my 6'7" center back build, the beastly center back build that I posted on my channel a while ago. So y'all can check that one out if you want. That's a very good center back build. If you don't really care about a Van Dijk build and you just want a really good center back build, check that 6'7" beastly center back. It's very nice. And I also have a 6-foot center back that you could check out as well. And then for the weight, we went for 149 pounds. You could go 119, but this time I decided to go 149, add a little bit of a weight, and I think it gets us to 90 strength exactly, which is quite nice. And that's really the only reason I did that. You lose a little bit of pace going 149 compared to 119, but I just think it makes more sense at least going 149 for a Van Dijk build. You could go higher as well, but you just lose even more pace, and I'm not too big of a fan of that. And I honestly, Van Dijk is big for sure, but I feel like 149 fits more like his body type, like the look of his body type in game compared to 174. They kind of look chunky, at least if you're a male character, but when you're a female character, you're always kind of skinny no matter what. Their booty gets kind of big if you go high up in weight, but that's really it. Like their arms stay the same and their upper bodies kind of stay the same size, really no matter what, unless you go really big and like max weight. So I decided to go 149, and the preferred foot is righty. He is listed as right-footed in FIFA. And for the perks, we're going to check these out. And I went for physical strength for the first perk, which is kind of obvious. Even though we already have very good strength on the skill tree, we have 90 strength, like I said. This will bump it up even more. On his gold rare card on Ultimate Team, he has 92 strength. 90 jumping, and 83 aggression for physical stats. I believe we have like 85 jumping on the skill tree, so the physical strength will boost our jumping and our strength and actually make it closer to what he has, which is 90 jumping, maybe even more. So we're very good in the air, and the strength is going to be like basically even better than what he has on his gold card. He also has like a headliner card, a UCL card, and then an inform card as well, which we could look at. Like the headliner card, the 93 rated card has 99 strength. So with our 90 strength on the skill tree plus the physical strength perk, honestly, we almost have 99 strength. So it's pretty much spot on right there too. And I've kind of looked at all the cards just when I was making this build. And for the second perk, he actually has the long passer trait, which I don't think it really affects anything. It's only like an AI trait for like career mode and stuff, where they'll like make long passes more consistently when you're like simming, and or I don't know, just AI will make those passes more often. So it doesn't really affect it in Ultimate Team. But since he's known for his long passes, he actually has pretty good long passing on his gold card as a center back. He has 86 long passing, 79 short pass. He actually has more long pass than short pass. It's actually not possible to get more long pass than short pass as a center back, but we tried our best just to upgrade it. And the precision pass is very helpful. I went for the precision pass over the threaded pass. Feel free if you want, you could go threaded pass if you have some pacey players up top. But since we were playing with AIs, precision pass was definitely the way to go because they don't really run in behind too much. And honestly, even if you have some players up top that are pacey and they're going to get in behind and you think you could hit the ball over the top, I still think precision pass is more useful because you're going to be using it a lot more. Clearing the balls out with like X or square on PlayStation, the precision pass will go into play. Just normal A passes, RBAs, X's across the field or up the field, RBX's to switch the field, all that stuff, the precision pass will go into play and make your passes a lot better and even faster too. So you can like split the gaps between like the forwards, the midfielders, and get the balls to your striker, which is very helpful. So you do like RBA passes or R1X passes on PlayStation, I believe. So I'm definitely a fan of the precision pass over threaded pass. But if you want to, you could try the threaded pass, but you're just going to be using precision pass a lot more. And it also gives you the 5-star weak foot, which is very nice. He has 3-star weak foot in FIFA, which we're going to have 3-star weak foot on this build. But the precision pass, when you do those A and X passes, will give you the 5-star weak foot, so you don't have to worry about that. They'll pretty much always be perfect passes. And for the third perk, he has power header as his second trait on FIFA. So similar to my 6'7" beast center back build, I went for the one-time shot. I've explained this in a couple of my videos. There's really no point of going for set piece beacon, even as a center back. You'd think you would maybe use the set piece beacon only for like a center back, since you're only going to really go up on set pieces, which might be good if you don't think you're going to go up like in the run of play at all or towards the end of the game to try and score a goal and be like an extra striker. If you're losing or tied and you really need a goal, then one-time shot will be better if you're going to do that because it's always active no matter what, gives you the power header trait just like set piece beacon. But in my opinion, even on set pieces, I feel like one-time shot is just better, which is what I said in my 6'7" center back build. I said the same thing because it gives you power header, and it says it increases your finishing ability during one-time shots or headers. So it kind of does the same thing as set piece beacon, and set piece beacon only lasts for 5 seconds after a set piece, so it's not that great. Maybe if it was like 10 or 15 seconds after a set piece, possibly, but I just think one-time shot is the way to go. But feel free, if you are a fan of set piece beacon and you think I'm wrong, go for set piece beacon. It's not going to make too much of a difference. Just in the run of play towards the end of the game, times when they're not set pieces and you're trying to go up and score, then one-time shot is definitely better. So that's the perks that I have: physical strength, precision pass, and one-time shot. We didn't go for ball winner. The defensive attributes are already very good. I don't think it's necessary. And I also use last defender on that beast center back build instead of the passing. The main difference is this build's a little bit shorter compared to that build, and the passing is better. So you could also use last defender if you don't think you even want the one-time shot. But this just makes it more realistic since it gives you power header, which will be a threat on set pieces, which Van Dijk has, and he has scored a lot of headers in his career on set pieces. So that's why I went for those perks. And then again, you can use the threaded pass over the precision pass if you like. But those are the perks. Let's move on to the skill tree for this build. Starting with the physical page, we have a ton of skill points here, which is kind of what you'd expect for this Van Dijk build. His physical attributes are very high, other than his stamina, which luckily for us, we'll just naturally have a lot of stamina because we're going to be getting this acrobat archetype, which upgrades our stamina +6, and then all the other stamina increases we have is quite nice, so you really do not have to worry about the stamina at all. A lot of the smaller builds that you'll be playing against are going to have very bad stamina. Even if they have Tireless Runner, they're still going to be struggling towards the end of the game. So you really don't have to worry about them getting it behind on you. And you can also, like a little strat, is if they're like not moving up top, they're just kind of watching the play and not really moving, you can like hold LT on them or just like get up against them and start pushing them and just drain their stamina like crazy. And it'll make some people mad. They won't notice it. And you can just drain their stamina, and then once they get up the field and look at their actual guy, they'll be like, holy crap, I have no stamina. It's a pretty good strat to annoy the other team also. We do the most when we're playing center back. We really try to annoy the other team. So that's a pretty good tip if you haven't tried that out already. And you're really not going to have a problem with this 87 stamina. You're probably going to have more than half stamina, maybe even more than that. Yeah, probably like 75% stamina left by the end of the game, to be honest, unless you're sprinting up the field. Back up, like just try to get in the box and to run back, kind of like what I was doing a bit. But even then, you'll still have a lot of stamina to work with. So we went for the acrobat archetype mainly just to get the jumping increase because he has 90 jumping. And then we also got this aggression and jumping and aggression right here, which is actually not too bad. This one is 3 skill points for +3 jumping and +2 aggression. He has only 83 aggression on his gold card. Compared to his highest rated card, 93 headliners, he actually has 88. So we actually have more aggression than he has on all of his cards, which is quite nice. 92 is very good. And then on this left side, we had to, of course, go for the bull archetype. This is what will get our strength to 90. And then I decided to use these 3 skill points to get 92 reactions, which is very helpful for a center back build. You might be one of the first to be able to react to the ball because of your high reactions of 92. He has 87 on his gold card, so we could take it off and have it exactly like that. But like his 93 rated card has 94, so it gets a little bit closer to that. And I really think reactions is an underrated stat, honestly, for every position, but especially center backs. So the only jumping that we actually left off, we just couldn't afford it, and it's not that good value, honestly. +2 jumping and +2 aggression for 5 skill points, not really worth it. We had to leave that off. But if you don't want this reactions, I think we have one thing left off on the pace page. I think it's like +2 or +3 acceleration. So if you, and that's 3 skill points also. So if you want to get max pace, then you can take off the reactions and get the extra acceleration. But look at these physical attributes. They're absolutely amazing. Everything's 85 or higher. And remember, we have the physical strength perk, which is actually going to increase our jumping and our strength even more than it says on this page. So now to the defending page, which is probably the next page where we have the most skill points. It's going to be physical and defending for this Van Dijk build. So we went down to the Guardian archetype on this left side. You're going to get these defensive awareness right here, and then you're just going to get this Guardian archetype, which will allow us to get this standing and slide tackling, +3 each for 5 skill points. And then the Guardian archetype, very good value, +6 interceptions, +6 defensive awareness, and +5 stand tackling. And look at those defensive attributes, very solid. And then at the top right, we're going to get this other stand tackling that'll get us to 90. And then the slide tackling, which slide tackling isn't nearly as important. And I actually made some very nice slide tackles with this build. So 86 slide tackling, you don't really have to worry about it not being 90 or higher. I guess if you wanted to get, you could take off that reactions. If you really want that 90 reactions or 90 slide tackling, then you could go for that and it'll get 90 exactly. But if we look at his gold card, we're almost spot on when it comes to defense. He has 90 interceptions. We have 93, so that's actually better. He has 92 defensive awareness. We have that exactly. And then he has 92 stand tackle. So we're a little bit less on that, but that's not too bad. 90, 92 is not going to make much of a difference. And then he has exactly 86 slide tackling, which is why we kind of also didn't go for any more upgrades on slide tackling, because we have exactly the same slide tackling he has. And that is the defensive page. And just so you know, the clips that I have in this video are going to mostly be defensive clips, maybe showing off some physical strength and stuff, and maybe some jumping, and then also a little bit of passing. But mostly they're going to be defensive clips, tackling, interceptions, stuff like that. Even when we get to like this dribbling, passing, pace page, and all that, most of them are going to be defensive clips because that's mostly what we're doing as a center back anyways, which I'm sure you guys don't mind. On this dribbling page, we couldn't go for the Lynx archetype, which actually helps a lot for defending and be able to cut faster. But if we look at his agility and balance on FIFA, even his 93 rated card, his highest card, he has 66 agility, 57 balance. So to start with, we actually have more agility and balance. The only thing we got, which is just we had one skill point left, so you might as well put it on the agility and get +2 agility for one skill point. And then we'll have 72 agility, 73 balance, 76 ball control, and 64 dribbling, which I don't feel the need to touch. It's not crazy important for a center back build. And that's it for the dribbling page. Nothing else to talk about here. The passing, I really wanted to upgrade the passing a bit, at least get the long passing to 80, because like I said, his long passing is 86 on his gold card and 79 on his short pass. So it's kind of similar, but it's like the opposite. We have 86 short pass, 80 long pass, which he has 86 long pass, 80 short pass. But like I said, you can't really get more long pass than short pass as a center back, just because looking at the base stats, we already have +11 more short pass than long pass. So even if we try to, like we get this short pass right here and then get this long pass on the right, we decide not to go and get this passing on the left. I usually do that, but we save some skill points by going on this right side right here. And then we get this vision and long passing and vision right here, which is what will get us to 80 long pass and also get us 72 vision. And on his gold card, he has 65 vision, so we have more vision than him. And so that'll actually be good for like wide through balls, even though we don't have the threaded passing perk. The vision will help quite a bit. And on his 93 rated card, he has 71 vision, so it's still better than that. And the passing ability is pretty good. Didn't really get to try wide through balls over the top, but I still think with the 80 long passing, it'll be pretty freaking decent. Just remember that we don't have that passing perk, so try and hit those long passes on your right foot, your preferred foot, because it might not be as good with the weak foot. On to the shooting page. We decided not to go for anything on the shooting page. The only thing that we would possibly get is like heading accuracy. But since we have the one-time shot, it increases our finishing ability on one-time shots and headers. I feel like it's not really that important, and it's just kind of a waste of skill points upgrading the heading when you can use those skill points elsewhere. So there's really nothing else to talk about here. 81 heading accuracy, and I scored some decent headers with this build. So you can definitely score off of set pieces and crosses and all that good stuff. On to the last page, which is pace. The one thing we left off is this 92 acceleration. It's almost like impossible, or at least for this body type, 6'4", 149 pounds, to get more sprint speed than acceleration. He has a huge gap between sprint speed and acceleration. On his gold card, he has 66 acceleration and 88 sprint speed. So we have exactly 88 sprint speed like he has, but we have way more acceleration, which is fine. It's pro clubs, and we need that acceleration and sprint speed to be pretty good to compete with the pacey people up top. So 89 acceleration and 88 sprint speed. And I decided to take off the acceleration. You could get it up to 92. If you want the full pace, go for it. I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference though. Like if you want to take off this reactions, I guess that'd be the one thing you would take off. Then go for the 92 acceleration. But I just feel like the +5 reactions is pretty cool and helpful. So that's going to wrap it up for this VVD center back build. Absolutely locked down. And like I mentioned, we won the Division 1 title, went undefeated with this build. And I think to like end the day, we got like I think we got like 4 clean sheets. I'm not too sure. 4 clean sheets out of like 8 or 9 games, which honestly isn't too bad for pro clubs and D1. I think that's actually a pretty good record, getting 4 clean sheets, even playing against Ennies too. So I think that's pretty impressive. And I actually had a lot of fun using this center back build, and one of the best center back builds, taller center back builds that you can make in the game, that's for sure. It's very well rounded with the passing ability also, and you're also a threat on set pieces with that power header for the one-time shot, and you can score some goals, which is quite nice. So that's going to do it for this video. Please hit that like button for me and hit that subscribe button on my channel if you aren't already subscribed. Trying to get to 3,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's day, and peace out.